Good girl. Wow, Molly. Straight on.
My name is Lucy Edwards, and 9 years ago, I lost my eyesight completely. Since then, I've been on a mission to use social media to show just because I'm blind doesn't mean I'm broken.
How does a blind girl play tennis? Does a blind girl organise her wardrobe? How does a blind girl ride a motorbike? I don't, my dad does. I'm gonna get off this now because it's scary.
When I first lost my sight, it felt like my world had shrunk forever. But now I'm embarking on a great big African adventure in Kenya. With the help of my cane and a guide, I'll tackle some challenging terrain.
And you were using my cane, weren't you?
It's the toughest thing I've ever done.
Come face to face with the effects of rhino poaching.
You know, he's meant to teach people a lesson. He's meant to be here to get people to understand that you shouldn't be poaching these beautiful animals.
And end up meters away from some very hungry lions.
Right, yeah. Here he is.
Are we going to hear a lion and a buffalo?
Yes. He wanted to hunt.
But the real highlight of my trip will be experiencing what's been called one of the great spectacles of the natural world, the Great Migration.
So this is the eighth wonder of the world.
Each year, tourists from around the globe flock to see over 1.5 million wildebeest, risk their lives, avoiding predators like lions and crocodiles, as they make their way from the Serengeti in Tanzania to the Maasai Mara in Kenya in search of fresh grass. But how can someone like me experience a must-see spectacular like this? Well, I'm going to try and find the answer to
How does a blind girl go on safari?
This is my little makeup bag. I like to have things all in their set places, so I get everything on the bed first, and then I'm like, right, let me just, sort my life out.
I was 17 years old when I lost my eyesight, and since then I've had to discover a load of life hacks to make tasks like packing a suitcase a lot easier.
Where is it? Oh yeah, there it is. So these are little packing cubes. Basically, I put bottoms in one, tops in the other. I'll zip it up, and I might even label like day 1 in Braille, and then I'll just pack it.
I live in the UK with my 2 guide dogs, Olga, who's now retired, and Miss Molly.
I want you two to come so badly, but I don't want you to be eaten by lions. You're going to be eaten if you come, so you've got to stay with Nanny. I've got to put you in the car now, my lovelies. It's like my left arm's being chopped off, girls. She ultimately allows me to experience the world in a way where I don't get overwhelmed because she's got it. You spin me right round. And it's not going to be like that in Kenya. It's going to be me and my cane. Not being able to take Molly, it does scare me.
So I've got a new passport, and it has Braille on it, says passport there. The flight from London to Nairobi takes just under 9 hours.
Can't articulate properly. I'm like, are we gonna be okay?
Bye now. Bye bye now.
Oh, it's somewhere here. It says 0.3 away, Frederick.
Yeah, it is.
No, thank you.
Nairobi.
Kenya's capital has a population of around 4.5 million people and is the country's largest city. It's my first ever morning here in Africa, and I'm in a completely new environment without the help of my guide dog, Miss Molly. Nairobi is a place where many safaris begin.
Going from
But as I'm only staying here for a couple of days, I'm going to try and explore a bit, and my first challenge is to cross this busy road.
That's up so close. Okay. Right. Still hear it all coming. Yeah, I'm crossing. Thank you so much. Thank you. That's lovely of you. This is the middle section. Nairobi is very overwhelming. 0 out of 10 accessibility when crossing the road. Actually, possibly 1 out of 10 because of the lovely people. Like broken pavement. A guy actually grabbed my cane, but I didn't know what was happening. And that to me kind of puts me in a panic mode because I'm like, how can I control this situation? What am I going to do? I really wanted Miss Molly because she just tells me with her little face, she like tilts it to the left or right where shop doors are and things. So relying on my cane, it's like there's just so much stuff in the way. It feels like I'm in a festival actually with all the crowd noises.
A matatu is a party on wheels and a very popular form of public transport here. Each one is decorated with images of famous TV shows, rappers and sports teams, which is great unless you're visually impaired.
Hello there.
Hi.
Can I get on the bus?
Yeah, you can get on the bus.
Okay, thank you.
Let me help you.
Thank you so much.
Slowly. Yeah. Right foot up. Yes, slowly. Staircase.
This is really not like the 110 to Birmingham that I used to get to school. I can't hear anything other than the music. How am I meant to know where I am? Don't know.
Finally, I've come across a market, but not just any market, a Maasai market.
You can feel. These are people. These are the sailors. Maasai market means that the things that we, as the Kenyans, we have to maintain our traditional culture and our traditional arts.
The Maasai are a tribe in Kenya whose homeland is the Maasai Mara, a savanna wilderness in southwestern Kenya, and the scene of the Great Migration that I'll be heading to when I leave Nairobi.
This is the wild beast. This one is the wild beast.
So what does he look like?
These are the legs. Yeah.
Where about here?
Here is the ears.
Oh, that's the ears?
Yeah, the ears. So
Oh, they've got
when
weird ears. I didn't know they felt like that.
these are they are these ones. Yeah.
How much is he? Like how?
500.
Could you do me for 400?
I can do for you.
The market was great fun, and I felt like I really got to experience Nairobi, but beneath the smiles, I must admit, I'm completely overwhelmed and really missing my guide dog, who helps me to make sense of the world. Back in the hotel room, and it's currently 10:26 p.m. in Nairobi, and it's been such a full-on day, full of so many emotions. I am so excited for what's in store, but I cannot believe this is only day one. I'm one of the 340,000 people in the UK who's registered blind or partially sighted. But visual impairment is on a spectrum, and everyone is different. And if you're wondering what I can see, it's pretty much this, wherever I am in the world. When I first went blind, the world became a scary place, and I never dreamed that one day I'd be going on a safari in Africa. I've come a long way since those early days, but there's no doubt I'm going to need some help. So I'm heading to the Nairobi National Museum to meet William, who says he will be the perfect guide to take me to the Maasai Mara.
Hi.
Hello. Oh, hello.
How are you?
William. Lovely to meet you. I'm Lucy.
I'm William. Pleasure to meet you.
I know that this is a little bit forward, as we've just met, but I wondered if you could audio describe yourself just so I can build a picture of you in my mind.
So, I am 5'9".
Okay, yeah, I can hear where your voice,
Yes, I'm 5'9". I like short hair. You can touch my hair. I love short hair.
Okay, lovely.
I don't have any beard.
Oh, okay, and what are you wearing?
I'm wearing a green sweater, fluffy sweater.
Oh yeah,
And I'm wearing a khaki shorts. Yes, I'll be your eyes for today. And I have a small surprise for you.
You do?
I do.
Oh, okay, that sounds really cool.
My big surprise is getting to meet some of the stars of the savannah. The Great Hall of Mammals is a collection of taxidermy animals which have been in the museum for years. But not every visitor gets to get up this close and personal.
So, a zebra has one color and the other color on the top. The whole of the mouth is black.
Okay.
So we say a zebra is black and white on the top.
I think touching taxidermy animals initially was like, what? Do the teeth look like traditional human teeth?
Like human teeth, but much bigger than human teeth, 2 times bigger.
They're a bit, I don't know, how are they going to smell? How am I going to feel when I'm touching these dead animals? Let's put it bluntly.
Yes, I want you to touch the eyebrows.
I was like, no, Lucy, just experience it completely and wholly. This is one of your main senses now, touch.
And how you know an elephant is right-handed or left-handed is by the tusk. So this elephant is right-handed.
It's right-handed?
Is right-handed. The shorter the tusk, that's the side that it uses most of the time. And another thing, when he wants to warn you, you'll see him flapping 1, 2, 3. Another thing about the giraffe, it has the biggest heart. The heart of a giraffe is 14 to 15 kilos, so that it can pump the blood up there.
For me, I last saw 9 years ago. So when I think of visual memories or anything that I used to be able to see, it's like someone has taken a picture and put that picture in a drawer and locked it away for 9 years. So that's what today was about. It was reimagining things that I used to be able to see and now can't.
The next day, it was time to leave Nairobi and begin my journey to the Maasai Mara, with Will as my guide. After a couple of hours on the road, it was time for a spot of lunch and a chance to use another of my senses that I've come to rely on more since going blind, and that's taste.
Oh my god, it feels spiky like a pine cone. What colour is it?
It's green.
Oh yeah, it smells
yellow.
It smells like a green apple. Thank you.
Yes.
Oh wow.
The thorn melon was like nothing I've ever tasted before. It was crossed between a banana and a melon. Thank you, thank you. Thank you. Because I can't see the world around me, I need to be able to taste it, and how I digest a culture is through their delicacies.
All vegeta.
Leaving the city far behind, we reach Olpagetta, a 90,000-acre conservancy located on the equator in central Kenya and home to some of the big five, including lions. This is where I'm hoping to have a first encounter with the animals that have made Kenya a top safari destination. The smell is different here, as are the sounds. I'm told 60 to 70 lions called Olpagetta home, but with many endangered species also living here, it's important to keep a track on the lions and check they aren't preying on any of the rare animals.
We have managed to put a collar on one of the lionesses' neck, and once we're able to track and find that one lioness, we'll be able to see the other members. So this is a sample collar.
Can I have a feel?
Yeah, you can have a feel. Yeah. It's not that heavy. You know, the lions are strong because we have the GPS tracking machine. And then I'm going to put it on so as you can hear the sound which comes from it. Once the machine communicates with the collar, this sound will change to a kind of a heartbeat.
An elephant. So these two are young males. They're very close. I want you to listen to them because they're eating grass just close to me. So
That's so beautiful.
yes.
It's making me cry. I feel really emotional. I don't know. I haven't been able to watch documentaries in years about nature, and they used to be my favourite. So it's really sweet. Thank you so much, Will. It's really lovely that I can hear them in real life. I didn't know it would make me this emotional.
Okay. It's good you can hear them.
Yeah.
It's a good moment for me.
Yeah.
I really feel it inside of my heart.
Yeah. Thank you so much for sharing it with me, because it means the world to me that you're talking to me about all of this amazing culture around you. Because it's just so special that because I can't see it, I can hear them. So yeah, thank you.
You're so welcome. You're so welcome. So I hope we'll see more.
Yeah, hopefully.
And I want you to listen and smell the environment.
Yeah.
And I'll try my level best to teach you whatever I have inside my heart and whatever I know. I will try my level best to do that. I will.
Safari is said to be a game of chance, and you aren't always going to be lucky and find what you set out to seek. But when it feels like all hope is lost,
No. Faint. Louder. So they're in between this direction.
I know that the lions won't get me, but do they come close to the car? Can you hear them? There's so many things running through my head at the minute.
when the signal is strong enough, Samuel is allowed to take his vehicle off-road.
They are
Do
there.
you? You see them?
Oh, I can hear her a little bit. I guess she is breathing quite heavily, isn't she?
So we have two female lions. We have one which is called Lucy. So this is Lucy.
Behind me.
Yeah, behind you.
How far away?
Is very, very close. And Vanessa is just on the branches sleeping. So there are two sisters. And there's a cub. Lucy's cub is just right in front of you, just about 6 meters just from you. Lions are like cats. Mm-hmm. Daytime, they are sleeping. They hunt early in the morning or at night.
Does she look like the Lion King? She would come out the Lion King, because that's the last memory of lions I have.
Yes, yes, she looks like the Lion King. Yes, she does. And the cub that we see there looks like exactly like the cub which was in Lion King.
Oh.
Exactly.
I don't really look at photos like everybody else, and I don't remember things through looking at a photo. I would remember the sound of that bird and remember the time I spent here. I'm going to take an audio recording tonight.
Sound is an important sense for me, but sight no longer is. So when night falls around here and darkness descends, I'm no longer at so much of a disadvantage as the bush really comes to life.
Okay, lovely.
Talk about what you're going to see while we're in the car.
I prefer night safaris because I feel like all the animals are at my level. And I feel quite equal with my environment at night time.
There he is.
Oh, we can hear a lion.
Yes. We wanted to hunt. Where? No, it's a guy. See the lion chasing them? You see?
Running away.
Yeah, from the lion.
He's chasing them.
Two lions. Let's drive closer. Let's drive closer to them.
Let's go.
They have already killed a young buffalo.
No way.
It's on your left.
Oh, what are they doing now? And it was, you heard the rip.
Smell, it's
Yeah, I can
so disgusting.
The smell. It was like they were chewing something really soft.
That smell can attract other scavengers like the hyenas.
The sounds and smell of a bush kill are like nothing I've ever experienced before. Things have just turned wild.
I can't believe I've just heard what I've just heard.
Kenya has been at war for decades. Its enemy? The poachers who prey on its precious wildlife.
Possible route in and possible route out.
Old Pajetta Conservancy's canine unit are just one of the many groups across Africa taking up the fight against poaching. This illegal trade has threatened the very existence of animals like these. At the endangered species enclosure at Old Pajetta, Will and I have been brought to meet mother and daughter, Najin and Fatu, the last surviving two northern white rhinos on Earth.
So on the here it's very soft on the ears.
On the ears.
Come. There you go.
This?
This is Najin.
Hello, Najin.
Come on, Mama. Good girl. Good girl. Okay. Move backward a little bit. There you go. And then at the back here, it's a little bit rough. If you touch at the back. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
At least you're able to lay your hands on what is the last of a being on the planet. It's a Saturday, and I hope it doesn't happen again to any other species.
And why are they so rare, James?
It's basically poaching, which has just been driven by human greed, and greed in different forms. Greed for power, greed for the medicinal aspects. Someone who has been made to believe traditionally that if they drink a rhino horn, it's a cure. for cancer, they can pay any amount to get a small piece of rhino horn.
But that's
and
not
in
true.
the black market, a kilo of rhino horn is now selling to something more than $60,000 US. If you imagine a rhino, that's a lot of money and a lot of business, and that's why still poaching becomes a serious problem. I kind of want to show you a footprint of a rhino. Right here we have one.
It's humbling to meet Narjan and Fatu, but frustrating not being able to see them. Although James is teaching me some age-old rhino tracking techniques that rely on other senses.
There's one here.
Though he told me to expect to get my hands dirty. Very dirty.
Rhinos are very hygienic in nature. They drop their poop in a collective place. We call it a maiden. It's pretty fresh. Much of rhinos' poop is semi-digested grass.
Feels like soil back at home.
Yeah.
I guess it's fertilised. Oh, now it is smelling a bit dungy.
And so the whole essence of rhinos dropping their poop together. Oh, your rhinos smell. How does it smell?
It doesn't smell that bad. It just smells of like off grass, you know.
The reason why we value these maidens is, especially when you're doing patrols as rangers, the rangers will use this as a parameter.
Yes.
But also rhinos use it to communicate, because the poop have different smells at different stages. A young one is different from a mature rhino, a female is different from a male.
The canine unit who protect the animals here are made up of armed rangers and highly trained dogs. Each of these brave pooches has a special ability, from picking up the scent of a poacher to detecting ammunition and even attacking potential suspects so they can be detained. And their target today is me. The canine unit raise funds for their work by allowing tourists to take part in their dogs' training.
So Sarah's going to smell my scent and go, that's her, and track my footsteps. Okay, let's go.
We're hiding now.
Okay, we're hiding. We're hiding from Sarah.
This swap is like a scent magnet.
Yeah, hopefully she doesn't see me and she just, we're testing her.
Sarah the dog can get everything she needs to know to find me, from a quick sniff of a swab rubbed over my footprint.
So scared. I don't know what she's going to do when she finds me. I mean, she's got her harness on and she's in work mode, and I know more than anyone that a dog in work mode is so focused, just like my guide dog girlies.
Humans live in a world of sight, whereas man's best friend lives in a world of smell and can follow the scent across the plains.
They're coming. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I'm 10 meters. Good girl. There you go. You found me. Well done. Clever girl. You're so amazing! Does she look happy with herself? She probably does. All in a day's work. Hey, honey?
Before I left Old Pajetta for the Maasai Mara, James and Will wanted to introduce me to another type of rhino. Meet Baraka, the blind rhino.
This is Baraka. In our local language, he means blessing.
Blessing.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Aww, he sounds sweet. He's eating his little leaves.
Black rhinos are nervous in temperament, which can make them really aggressive and hard to get close to on safari. But this one is an exception to the rule and happily lets visitors feed him. Meet Baraka the blind.
He lost his right eye to a fight with another rhino.
Did he lose that first?
Yeah,
His right
it's
eye.
right eye
Same
first.
as me. Yeah.
And then the left eye got a disease, cataracts, and the attempts to treat the cataracts were futile.
I really feel for him, you know, having to get around in this enclosure and learning his way about. And the same with the cataract, that must have been so confusing for him when he was first going blind. Was he upset in any way? Could you tell that he was upset?
Yeah, he was very upset because at the age of 1 to 14 he was roaming free out in the wild. And I think him becoming blind at the age of 14, he had to learn how to do things in that state. It was really hard. It was really hard. I know for us, sometimes we have people to help us. We have dogs to help us in our movement, and you know, the caretakers had to step in, which was not easy because he was still aggressive. So he was very defensive of himself. So I'm really happy for what he's made of himself and being able to still be here.
Yeah, it's so hard. I understand. I have a really rare genetic condition, and I had a cataract too that eventually in my last remaining eye, just like Baraka, it kind of like made my vision go, and eventually that got, you know, detached my retina at the back. Oh.
Sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. It's completely fine. But honestly, when you call Baraka a blessing, it is a blessing. It is a blessing to be blind, because it means he's meant to teach people a lesson. He's meant to be here to get people to understand that you shouldn't be poaching these beautiful animals.
I'm sorry.
It's hard.
It's taking an emotional toll on you. Realizing the journey that Baraka has been through.
James, is he happy?
He is a happy rhino. I think the munching itself can tell.
Thompson Falls.
It's called Laikipia County. We are near the waterfalls.
What can you see?
I can see a camel just close. Yeah, just a camel. There's a camel just close to us. Yes, I mean, one arm. Yes, and there's a car just close to you. There's a toy car just close to you. So it's a playing ground for children.
Thompson's Falls is a huge tourist attraction, and there's a viewing platform where you can check out the 74-metre-high waterfall. But that's not going to cut it for me.
What's this? Is this stairs?
Yeah, these are stairs.
Yeah, lovely. Are they uneven, Will?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm a bit afraid that I'm going to fall, so I'm just going to give you this tag for your arm. It just helps me balance a lot more, so I can use the cane and hold on to you then.
Instead, Will and I are going to hike down to the bottom of the ravine.
Should I hold on to it?
So I can get to really experience the falls.
Normal now, cool.
Then,
yep.
Bring your leg there.
There, yep.
So what we're going to do first, we'll pass through here. We can go slowly. This is the nastiest.
The nastiest,
of all of them.
Okay.
So let me hold you. Yeah, that way.
Wow. Well done, Will.
Welcome.
Well done.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And you were using my cane, weren't you?
It's the toughest. It's the toughest thing I've ever done.
The ability to just think negatively about my blindness. I used to think, oh well, going to a different country is just a really expensive way of basically being in my back garden, and I didn't appreciate what else you could get from an experience. All you keep having to tell yourself is, you know, I'm getting to the waterfall, I'm getting to the waterfall, and now I can feel it on my face. It's just the best thing ever that I've ever experienced.
So the waterfall, it's about 74 meters going down, 70 feet deep.
And I'm guessing at the bottom of the waterfall is like really harsh, like white water.
Yes, it has like foam. So this type of landscape, I didn't think we will ever reach here.
Yeah.
I'm very proud of you.
Thank you.
So Lucy, are you ready to go to the migration in Maasai Mara?
I am. I'm so ready.
Maasai Mara.
This is the classic Africa of storybooks and the location of the Great Migration. Between June to September each year, over 1.5 million wildebeest make the 300-mile round trip from the Serengeti in Tanzania to the Maasai Mara here in Kenya in search of fresh grass. That's if they can get past the lions, the hyenas, and cheetahs laying in wait for them. They then have to tackle the steep-sided rivers that cross the migration route. Most of these rivers are teeming with Nile crocodiles that can grow up to 20 feet in length. The river crossings are pure natural theatre, and they're what the 300,000 tourists who visit here each year come to experience. But the crossings are extremely rare to see, so let's just hope I have some beginner's luck. As Will and I arrive at the gates of the Maasai Mara National Reserve, I get to meet some entrepreneurial Maasai women.
Can you tell me what you're selling? I can't see you.
Yes. And this is another mini kitchen.
This giraffe?
Yes. This one for me, Linda.
Hi, Linda. So basically, I don't know what to do. Someone hit me in the head with the giraffe. Okay, I need to take control of this. Everyone take stuff back. Okay, okay, here you go. Thank you so much, I love them.
Linda.
I don't think I've ever been so overwhelmed in my whole entire life. I don't know what these are. I don't know what. I mean, they're giraffes. Once they found out I love giraffes, I got about 70 giraffes, but I wasn't allowed to feel them. So, I will treasure these forever on my mantelpiece. Gerald and Lenny.
The Maasai are a Kenyan tribe and famed across the country, so much so that their shield and spears can be seen on the national flag. Traditionally, Maasai life has been built around their cattle, but that way of life has come under threat in an ever-modernising world. But with more and more tourists coming to Kenya for the Great Migration, the Maasai are diversifying into tourism and opening some of their villages so visitors can experience their traditional way of life.
Ooh, yeah.
The women of the village have decided if I can't see them with my eyes, then they will give me the chance to wear their traditional dress, which is great for me as it's really tactile.
Did you make this?
We like guests. Even our fathers say the guests, they are best.
Yeah.
And they are blessed.
Yeah.
Yeah. And actually they go to see the big five. They say they want to see the big six. You know the Maasai, they are big six.
Oh, right.
Yeah, because
so 5 animals and then you guys.
And then us.
The The best time to go on a game drive is either last thing at night or first thing in the morning. Will believes if we are to have any chance in catching a river crossing, we will have to be out in the vehicle before dawn. So tonight, we are staying at a place called Sala's Camp, deep in the Maasai Mara on the banks of the Sand River.
What is that? But it's very overwhelming. Every little sound, I'm like, what is that? Can you hear it? That sounds so close.
After finding out I was being kept awake half the night by a baboon and a leopard having an argument, it was time to head out to try and find an elusive river crossing. But it didn't take long before I got a reminder of just how deadly this journey is for the wildebeest.
What's that noise?
So the noise is there's a kill.
Okay.
So the noise that you hear is the cracking.
Yeah.
Is the vultures trying to remove the meat on the ribs. Then the marabu stock is eating the intestines.
Are these birds dangerous, Will?
It's dangerous when you are dead. This is feasting season for the predators.
Yeah. Oh, I can hear the wildebeest. To the left of me.
For most of the year, the Maasai Mara is quiet and calm, with bush wilderness that goes on for miles. But during the migration, it's a totally different story.
Can you hear the sounds of the wildebeest?
It's everywhere, isn't it? 3D sound.
Yes.
Something you can't get anywhere else. It's just beautiful. I love it, and I've got my little figure here. Do they look like this, Will?
Yes, they look like this. So first, the legs looks like hyena. They have very weak legs.
Yes.
When God was creating the wildebeest, he was the last animal to be created.
Mm-hmm.
A wildebeest is made with different types of animals. So on the top is like a horse. On the horns, they look like a cow horn.
Yes.
Then they have the beards, like a goat, like a goat. They have a beard like a goat.
Around you, how many wildebeests would you say there were?
I think where we had the herd is about 50,000 or maybe 100,000 just close to us.
As there's so many wildebeest around the area our camp is in, this is a good sign that a crossing is about to happen.
So the ones who are mourning are the leaders. Those are the leaders. They are the ones who are mourning. Because now it's early in the morning, it's only the leaders who are communicating where to go to.
But following a herd of wildebeest is not easy. Until Will spots some shadowy figures at the edge of the river.
So the leader has just called them to cross.
Yes.
And now they're making noise, they're communicating, saying there is nothing. There's no crocs or there are no hippos around.
This is a case of right place and right time for both us and the wildebeest.
Can you hear them in the water? And there are thousands crossing right now.
Maybe the lions and crocs were already full because this time it seems that the herd reached the other side of the river and fresh grass unscathed. I may have taken the long way round on this safari, tuning each of my senses into a world so different from my own. But now I'm getting to experience one of nature's marvels. Something I'd never thought I'd be doing when I first lost my eyesight.
So this is the 8th wonder of the world.
Later that evening, I wanted to end my safari in the traditional way, with a sundowner, where you enjoy a drink watching the sunset against the beautiful African sky. Not a very blind-friendly experience, let's face it. But then Kenya had other plans.
Would you like to drink?
Can I have a G&T please, Moses?
Okay.
Oh,
So enjoy.
it knew that I wanted rain because I can't see the sun.
And all the animals are happy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
all the
it can
animals
be-
are happy,
Yeah,
and so
with
is
the
this
rain.
blind girl.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
This is my blind girl sundown.
This has been one of the most amazing things I have ever done. And now I can well and truly say, this is how a blind girl goes on safari.